Ever heard the word cancer and shuddered at its very mention? It's a reaction shared by many, and understandably so. The term cancer often conjures up images of a shadowy, insidious villain lurking in our bodies, ready to strike without warning. This fear, potent and pervasive, is often fueled by misunderstanding and misinformation. But what if we could demystify this term, take it apart, and understand it? What if we could look at cancer not as an undefeatable foe, but as a biological process that has, unfortunately, gone off course? That's precisely what we intend to do in this video. We'll peel back the layers of fear and misconception and look at cancer for what it truly is, a collection of diseases characterized by the uncontrolled growth and spread of abnormal cells. So, buckle up as we delve into the complex yet fascinating world of cells and how they can sometimes go awry, leading to cancer. Before we dive into cancer, we need to comprehend the basic unit of life, the cell. Picture a bustling city, teeming with activity. Each building, each individual has a role to play. That's essentially what's happening inside each of your cells. Cells are the building blocks of life. They provide structure for the body, take in nutrients from food, convert those nutrients into energy, and carry out specialized functions. In fact, your body is home to trillions of these tiny industrious workers, all playing their part to keep you healthy and functioning. But cells don't live forever. They grow, they divide, and eventually they die. This life cycle is a process known as cell division and apoptosis, or programmed cell death. Like old buildings being torn down to make way for new ones, old cells die off to make room for new cells. This process is a beautifully orchestrated balance, a dance between creation and destruction that keeps our bodies healthy. When a cell divides, it creates an exact copy of itself. But sometimes, just like when you make a photocopy of a photocopy, mistakes can happen. These mistakes are what we call mutations. And while they sound scary, they're actually a normal part of the cell division process. Our bodies have mechanisms in place to correct these mutations, ensuring that our cells continue to function as they should. But what if those mechanisms fail? What if a cell doesn't die when it's supposed to, or divides too quickly, creating too many new cells? This is where we start to see the beginnings of cancer. Cells are not just the building blocks of life, they are also the building blocks of disease. When the balance of cell production and cell death is thrown off, it can lead to serious health problems, including cancer. Now that we understand the normal function of cells, let's explore what happens when this process goes awry. Imagine if your cells decided to break the rules and started a rebellion inside your body. Sounds scary, right? Well, that's what we call cancer. Now let's dive a little deeper. It all begins with a single cell. Yes, just one. This cell experiences genetic changes or mutations, and as a result, it starts to behave a little differently than its peers. Instead of growing and dividing in an orderly manner like the rest of the cells, it goes rogue. It starts to grow and divide uncontrollably, which is not a part of its original job description. This can happen for various reasons. Perhaps it's due to environmental factors like exposure to certain chemicals or radiation, or maybe it's just an unfortunate roll of the genetic dice. As this renegade cell continues its uncontrolled growth and division, it begins to multiply into a mass of cells. This mass of cells is what we often refer to as a tumor. It's like a tiny cellular city that has gone completely off the rails. However, not all cells in this rebellious city are the same. Some are aggressive conquerors, invading and damaging the surrounding tissue, while others prefer to stay put in one place. The aggressive cells can even travel to distant parts of the body through the bloodstream or lymphatic system, setting up new rebellious colonies in a process we call metastasis. Now, it's important to note that this process doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow, gradual progression that can take many years to develop. The changes are so subtle and slow that they're often undetectable until the tumor has grown large enough to cause symptoms or be detected in a screening. So, we've seen how a cellular rebellion can lead to a tumor. But is every tumor cancerous? Let's find out. And not all rebels are villains, and not all tumors spell cancer. This statement might seem a bit confusing at first, but let's break it down. A tumor is simply a mass of tissue that's formed by an accumulation of abnormal cells. Normally, the cells in our body age, die, and are replaced by new ones, but sometimes this process goes awry. Cells begin to grow and multiply uncontrollably, leading to the formation of a tumor. However, not all tumors are harmful or capable of spreading in the body. This is where we differentiate between benign and malignant tumors. A benign tumor is like a rebel without a cause. It's an abnormal growth, true, but it doesn't have the ability to invade nearby tissues or spread to other parts of the body. It's like a bubble that keeps to itself. Benign tumors can cause problems. They might grow large and press against other organs, causing discomfort or dysfunction. But generally, they are not life-threatening and can often be removed with surgery. Malignant tumors, on the other hand, are the real troublemakers. They're like rebels with a dark agenda. These are the tumors we typically refer to when we talk about cancer. Malignant tumors not only grow in one place, but they have the ability to invade and destroy surrounding tissue. What's even more alarming is their ability to break off and travel to different parts of the body. This process is called metastasis. It's like if a rebel group not only took over one town, but started sending out squads to take over other towns too. That's what makes malignant tumors, or cancer, so dangerous and why early detection and treatment are so important. So next time you hear the word tumor, remember not to panic right away. It could be a benign growth that's more of an annoyance than a threat. Or it could be a malignant tumor that requires immediate attention. Remember, only malignant tumors are the true villains in our story. Cancer is not a single disease, it's an umbrella term for a group of diseases. Much like the many faces in a crowd, cancer too has many forms, each unique and distinct. Let's take a look at some of these types. Lung cancer, often associated with smoking, is one of the most common types. It begins in the lungs and can spread to other parts of the body. But remember, non-smokers can get it too. Breast cancer, another common type, primarily affects women, but can also occur in men. It originates in the cells of the breasts and, like a thief in the night, can sneak into other parts of the body if left unchecked. Prostate cancer, largely affecting men, begins in the prostate, a small walnut-shaped gland that produces seminal fluid. It often grows slowly and initially stays within the prostate gland, but can be aggressive and spread quickly in some cases. Colon cancer, on the other hand, starts in the large intestine or the rectum and is often associated with older age and certain types of diets. There's also skin cancer, which starts in the body's largest organ, the skin. It's often caused by the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays, but can also be due to other factors, and these are just a few examples. There are over 200 different types of cancer, each named for the organ or type of cell in which it starts. A cancer's type can influence its behavior, its rate of growth, and how it responds to treatment. The complexity of cancer is a challenge, but it's also a call to arms. It pushes us to broaden our understanding, to delve deeper into the intricacies of our cells, to develop new and more effective treatments. Cancer's many faces can be daunting, but remember, knowledge is power. The more we understand about these different types of cancer, the more equipped we are to prevent, detect, and treat them. Now, we've established that cancer has many faces, but how do we fight this multifaceted foe? In the battle against cancer, we've developed an arsenal of powerful weapons. These tools, as diverse as the disease they fight, range from surgery to targeted therapy, and each has a unique approach to restoring health. First, let's discuss surgery. This is often the first line of defense, where doctors physically remove cancerous tissue from the body. It's like weeding a garden, pulling out the harmful growths to give the healthy plants, or in this case, cells, room to thrive. Next, we have chemotherapy. Think of it as a poison, but in a good way. Chemotherapy drugs interfere with the cancer cell's ability to divide and reproduce. It's like throwing a wrench into the machinery of the rogue cells, causing them to break down. Radiation therapy, on the other hand, uses high-energy particles to damage the DNA of cancer cells, preventing them from dividing. It's akin to using a sniper rifle, taking precise shots at the enemy from a distance. Then, there's immunotherapy, a relatively newer field of cancer treatment. This strategy boosts the body's own immune system to fight cancer. It's like training and equipping your own body's soldiers to recognize and combat the invaders. Targeted therapy, another innovative approach, uses drugs to attack specific characteristics of cancer cells, such as a protein that allows the cancer cells to grow in a rapid or abnormal way. Think of it as a master key designed to unlock and dismantle a specific type of lock. And let's not forget hormone therapy, which is used to treat cancers that are sensitive to hormones. It's like turning off a tap, cutting off the supply that feeds the growth of cancer cells. These warriors of medicine are constantly evolving, offering new hope to those battling cancer. As we continue to understand this complex disease, we develop new weapons, refine our strategies, and move closer to a world where cancer is no longer a death sentence, but a curable condition. A cancer diagnosis can be life-altering, but it doesn't mean life is over. Living with cancer is a journey, and like any journey, it comes with its own unique set of challenges and changes. It's like setting sail on uncharted waters, but remember, you're not alone. There are countless others who've navigated these waters before you, and there are many who are sailing with you now. One of the most significant changes that come with a cancer diagnosis is the way you perceive life. Your priorities may shift, and things that were once important may take a back seat as you focus on your health and well-being. This is completely normal. It's okay to take a step back and reassess what matters most to you. Another challenge that you may face is the physical toll that cancer and its treatments can take on your body. Chemotherapy, radiation, and surgery can all lead to fatigue, discomfort, and a range of other side effects. It's essential to listen to your body and give it the rest it needs. Eating a balanced diet, staying hydrated, and getting regular exercise can also help to manage these side effects and boost your overall health. Emotional support is crucial when living with cancer. It's natural to feel a range of emotions, from fear and anger to sadness and even guilt. Reaching out to friends, family, or a support group can provide a safe space to express these feelings and share your experiences. Don't hesitate to seek professional help if you're struggling. Therapists and counselors can provide valuable tools and strategies to help you cope. Following your treatment plan is paramount. It's your roadmap to recovery. It might be tempting to deviate from it or skip appointments when you're feeling overwhelmed, but remember that every treatment, every session, is a step forward in your battle against cancer. Remember, every day is a new battle, and every battle is a step closer to victory. With courage, resilience, and the right support, you can navigate the turbulent waters of a cancer diagnosis and find your way to calm seas. We've journeyed through the world of cells, understood the birth of cancer, met its many faces, and discovered our warriors. It's time for a quick recap. We began our exploration at the cellular level, understanding how our bodies are made up of trillions of cells, each with its own purpose and function. We learned that sometimes things go awry. Cells can start to grow and divide in an uncontrolled way, leading to the birth of cancer. From there, we delved into the intricacies of tumors. Not all of them are cancerous, as we discovered. Benign tumors are non-cancerous, while malignant ones can invade nearby tissues and spread to other parts of the body. We then faced the many forms of cancer. From breast to lung, prostate to colon, each type of cancer has its own unique characteristics and challenges, yet they all share a common thread: the uncontrolled growth of abnormal cells. Our journey took us to the front lines of cancer treatment next. We found hope in the form of surgery, radiation therapy, chemotherapy, immunotherapy, and targeted treatments. Each method has its own strengths, and often, a combination of treatments is used to combat this disease. Living with cancer was our next stop. It's a journey filled with courage, resilience, and strength. We learned that support, whether in the form of medical professionals, loved ones, or support groups, plays a crucial role in this journey. In summary, understanding cancer is the first step in our fight against it. This knowledge equips us to recognize its signs, seek timely medical intervention, and make informed decisions about our treatment options. Remember, each of us has a role to play. Whether we're patients, caregivers, medical professionals, or simply informed individuals, we're all part of this fight. And together, we can make a difference. Knowledge is power, and in the fight against cancer, it's our strongest weapon. Stay informed, stay strong.